Assalamu alaikum and welcome to TEDxMUET. My name is Amna Baloch and I'm your today's host, and today we have a very distinguished guest with us from the Textile Engineering Department. She's an assistant professor there and she's a PhD holder as well, who has not only been making waves academically but also a part of extracurricular activities and trying to foster as much creativity and innovation as possible, inducing leadership skills in students as well. So let's welcome Dr. Umaima Saleem, who has been a very influential figure in the MUET faculty. Welcome in today's session, ma'am.
Thank you so much for having me, and I really feel honored and overwhelmed to be a part of this community, TEDxMUET community, and I'm happy to be a part of this podcast, an amazing podcast probably.
Okay, so thank you so much for accepting our invitation for today's podcast. So let's start with the questions. My first question from you is that what exactly was your motivation in academia towards this journey?
First of all, I feel immense sense of pride and purpose and passion for choosing academia as my profession. And I'll tell you honestly that while growing up initially, I was not fascinated by the world of education. But indeed, we have very educated parents that helped us. So we already had that vibe at our home. That
so
environment
they provided you that environment to thrive.
Yes, I'm blessed to have been grown up in such environment. So it helped us to shape our love for this field. So regarding your question about the motivating factors for choosing this field as a profession, there are several motivational factors. One of them is that I feel really privileged to be a part of such vibrant community around me.
Yes.
And indeed, I endorse that. Secondly, the main attraction for choosing this profession is that the idea that I could be an influential or I could be an impactful person for bringing difference in students' life and experience that.
To be that change for somebody else.
Yeah. And also the idea is that this profession is constantly evolving and innovating.
So there is always technology advances as well.
Yes. So there is a lot of room for change, and people love change.
Yeah. Even though it's hard to adapt to change as well at times, right?
Yeah, but it's fascinating at the same time.
Okay. So let's come to your role in TEDxMUET. Could you elaborate that a little, please?
Firstly, I would like to talk about a little bit about the TED. TED is a global platform that provides you a place where you have powerful ideas. So I think we almost all of us probably would be seeing TEDx since childhood, and somehow in our subconscious mind we have been manifesting to be a part of TED, like going to the stage and telling your stories to other
somewhere
people.
In the back of our mind.
Yeah, we are doing that. We are stars in our own stories,
exactly.
right? So I think TEDx specifically is an independent event that gives a chance to the local communities under the TED guideline, of course, to organize such events that can transform the raw ideas into impactful conversations.
Exactly.
So if we talk about TEDxMUET specifically, so it brings that idea to the university. So it gives the MUET alumni, students, faculty, and all of us who are involved in this TEDx event a chance to transform these ideas into meaningful conversations.
Yes, it sure does.
Yeah.
Getting that opportunity from our university, from this esteemed institution. Okay, so another question from you is, what exactly do you think, in what way can MUET or institutes like MUET play a role in community building?
Definitely, MUET plays like a bridge between the academia and the real world problems and challenges. And like, for instance, this event TEDxMUET provides a platform to the students to come up and get some experience, learn from this event. And also it will foster the coordination, collaboration, and also at the same time it will help us to deal with the local and the global issues. So surely by doing that, MUET somehow will strengthen its bond with the community outside.
It sure will.
Yeah.
Okay, so ma'am, this is your first time in TEDxMUET, right?
Yeah, this is my first time and I am very delighted to be a part of this community.
Okay.
And I regret that why I wasn't a part of this 3
We
years
all do
back.
at some point, right? And your role is as an executive director, right?
Yeah.
So how do you think is TEDxMUET going to induce inspiration or creativity among the students?
For instance, for example, if a student is attending this TEDx or maybe in the organizing team and he gets inspired by any of the speakers and connect or resonate with their journey. So if he is going to achieve his goal that he has been shelving all his life, then it will not only transform him as an individual, but it will also transform the community as well.
Yes, it will,
Yeah.
of course, trying to be that change
Yes,
for the
definitely.
student. Okay, so another aspect of the event is like, what do you think is makes TEDxMUET unique as compared to other TEDx events such as NUST or FAST?
Regardless of any university's size, location, or its reputation, everybody is doing a remarkable job, like organizing these kind of events. And we should also recognize, it is very essential to recognize that TEDx events are not any competition, or we are not in a race. So it's not about like organizing a very significant event or like calling for most prominent speakers, and it's not about having a buzz in the social media.
It's about inducing that growth.
Yeah, it's about like bringing people all together in one platform. We are all there to share ideas and learn from each
building
other.
the community and
Yeah.
expanding the network.
Yeah, that's the
well.
main idea, right?
Okay, so basically it's your first time as an executive director. So, and it's really exciting to have you on board
Thank
as
you so
well.
much.
So, how has your experience been so far, and what exactly compelled you to take on this role?
There's a mix of emotions here. I
Okay.
feel pride, gratitude, humility, and excitement. So it's like the countdown has already begun for our TEDxMUET 4th edition. So I can't, barely hold my excitement to looking forward to the upcoming talks and performances and what are the connections awaits us. So, and I'm also humbled at the same time to be a part of this community as an
Certainly.
executive director, and
That's a huge achievement for
yeah,
sure.
and being a part of the curation team and providing my ideas to the team. So let's see how it goes.
Okay, so basically TEDxMUET itself is designed in a way to bring people from different areas together, right? So what exactly do you hope to achieve in this year's event, and what exactly do you think is going to be the impact on the audience as well?
Designing the TEDx events requires several months of brainstorming,
It sure does
collaboration,
take a lot of
coordination,
effort.
and every specific person working in this team is working so hard. They are so, like for example, compelling the speakers, working on the stage aesthetics, managing the administrative duties, and everyone is working so hard for it. So I think that that's the main spirit of this event, that the collective energy and
Yeah.
passion of everyone.
Everybody working together and as a team in collaboration.
Yeah, they collaborate, and that makes the TEDx special itself.
Okay, that's great. So beyond your academics, you're also very involved in extracurricular activities, being part of such events such as TEDxMUET. So how do you manage to balance both sides in a way that you manage to stay engaged as well?
While my academic record was very distinctive and outstanding, but I never felt a connection with the academics alone. I was
Okay.
always attracted towards extracurricular activities.
I mean, it's important to have that thing as well.
Yeah, my peers were always content to the academics only, but I don't know, somehow whenever I see something that is attracted to me, I get the vibe from that thing. I get attracted to the extracurricular activities somehow. So whether if it's stage, it's drama, it's music, it's like in the curation team going to the dice, so it's like a habit. So I don't have to really create a balance between them. It comes naturally, because when you're interested in something, you go for it. You don't have to.
Yeah,
you don't have to
exactly.
manage it. Actually, you do that
It's just
subconsciously.
pure interest.
Yeah.
You're working out of pure interest.
And I tell you one thing, that soon after that, I realized that the things that we have learned in the class or in the courses, there is a connection between them and the skills that we have experienced during the
Certainly.
extracurricular
Yes,
activities.
exactly.
They do help you. And education is not only about academics. It's like how you develop yourself as a whole person.
And even finding
Yeah.
your talents, realizing your
Yes.
own talents as
Yes.
well. What has been the most rewarding part of your journey as an academician and as well as an executive director in various events as well?
I think the most rewarding part is that seeing your students who grow in front of you, and they are, incorporating the things they have learned in the
Yeah.
classrooms and the daily life challenges. And the biggest success you get as a faculty member is that seeing your students, that they are more confident, they are passionate, they are
Their growth
responsible
and
social.
development.
Yeah, they are responsible social individuals. So this is, I think, the biggest achievement you get as a faculty member or any team leader.
That's really great to hear from somebody who has been inspiring a lot of lives. Okay, one more question related to the event is, if, for example, if you had to give a TED talk tomorrow, what would the title be, and could you please emphasize on it a little, and why exactly? Why would it be that?
I'm so surprised and delighted at the same time that you have put up this question, because I never get a chance to go on a TED stage as a speaker. But I would love to share this. I would like to talk on how to reinvent yourself as a person, because we are so much busy in building our careers, looking for stable jobs, and making everything comfortable around us, that we forget ourselves. We don't know how we are as a person. So somehow we feel we are all empty inside. So at the end of the day, if you are not happy and content for what you do, then it's all in vain. So you need to reinvent yourself. For example, like I'm a female, being a female, being
it's
a
very
working mother.
challenging.
Yeah, it's very challenging to balance all the things all together,
Yeah,
and then you
all
forget
aspects of your
yourselves.
life.
Yeah, but now I'm in my real life also, I'm trying to reinvent myself as a person. And I've seen that by doing that, you grow, you get prosperous, and there is no time for making a change. You deserve to live the life you always desire for. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can do that if you keep striving for it, if you keep learning and unlearning something.
Yes, of course.
So, okay, that was great. So, to add a little more spice to it, shall we go for a rapid fire section? What do you say?
Yes, bring it on.
Okay. So, the first question from you is, describe the TEDxMUET journey in one hashtag.
Ideas that inspire.
That's great. Okay. So, the second one is, what's MUET's vibe in 3 words?
Vibrant, inspiring, and rooted, I guess.
That's awesome. Okay. Which TEDxMUET task is the ultimate crowd pleaser?
I think it's a tie between managing the aesthetics of stage and managing the food. People love food.
People surely do. I mean, I for one sure do. So, what's to your mind when you hear the word TEDxMUET?
I think it's a platform that where the passion meets purpose.
Okay. The fifth one is, if TEDxMUET were a person, how do you describe its personality?
I would call it as a dreamer, ambitious dreamer, having an open mind, connecting people with sparking creativity, probably.
Okay, that's an amazing vision as well. So, what's the butterfly effect you hope TEDxMUET achieves?
The butterfly effect for the TEDx events would be, for instance, if a student is going in the event and he's being inspired or resonate with the journey of some of the speaker, and he's trying to achieve that goal, so that ripple effect will come in positive way to the community as well. So I think that's the butterfly effect for this event.
Okay. Okay, so my last question from you is, it takes a huge crew, around 40 to 50 members, to organize an event such as big as TEDxMUET, right? So how is everything managed properly, and what's the secret formula?
If it's a secret formula, it is not supposed to be disclosed, right?
Okay, yeah, exactly.
No, for the,
I mean, we understand that.
For the sake of podcast, I can reveal that. No. So there are two things. One is trust and the other is teamwork. So everyone in the team, everyone has a specific role, and they are doing their job so remarkably that, and we have a same purpose, that we have to achieve the same goal of excellence in this
Yes,
event.
we sure do.
Yeah.
We're all striving towards the same
Yeah, so
goal.
we have the common goal. So we all are striving for the excellence in that. I think that's the main part.
Okay, so that was great having you here in today's session. Thank you for accepting my invitation once
Thank you
again,
so
ma'am.
much.
And it was great
For
having
having
you
me.
on board, and you're truly an inspiration for all of us.
It was a great podcast.
It
Indeed.
was a great session with you today.
Thank you.
So thank you, Allah Hafiz, and don't forget to like and subscribe to MUET FM 92.6, Voice of My Mehran. Thank you.